Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, I folks, sampler for this series of videos I've been doing for a while. I'll go over there and try out food and drink items. Eat the stuff I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that the time I'm doing this, I'm in the back room. You can see it's back room. I mean, granted, you don't know where in relation to the house this room is. I suppose technically it's a back and a side room. It's kind of a little bit of both. But whatever it is, it's got a Peter Pan Thunderbolt poster in it. There's a crappy old ladder off to the side of it. There's some Marvel figures up there. And the guy who's sitting in the chair that's in the back room, side room, whatever you want to call it, he's wearing a cool shirt. Folks, when I wear a cool shirt, I like to go over there and highlight the shirt. What cool shirt am I wearing today? Cool Crab shirt. We're still wearing the Cool Crab shirt. This, I think, is going to be the last video of this particular batch, so probably won't see the Cool Crab shirt for a little while. I know, folks, it's distressing news to learn. But hey, folks, you too can have your own Cool Crab shirt. Go over there and Google Cool Crab shirt. That's what I did. It's not a promotion for anything. It's just, I love the Cool Crab shirt. But anyway, Cool Crab shirt aside, what am I going to try for y'all today, folks? Because that's the format of the show. I'm going to eat some crap and talk about it. Well, folks, I got a spoon. I'm not just going to try a spoon because... spoony. Wow, there's a guy I haven't thought about in quite a while. Anybody else remember the Spoonie experiment? Noah Antweiler before he kind of lost his mind and ruined everything in his life, sadly. I feel bad for the guy. Like, yeah, he seems like a little bit of an asshat because, like, I know there's been some issues with the guy, but he also clearly is dealing with some actual real issues, and it's like, it's sad to see somebody go from, you know, being where he was, where, you know, he had a lot of fans and was doing some really cool creative content, and then now, you know, if you followed his story, it's pretty sad. So, but like I said, there's some asshole moments in there along the way too. So, but anyway, not just a spoon, nothing to do with Noah Antweiler. Spoon is going to be used for, boom, Jeni's ice cream. Yeah, but not just any ice cream, Boston cream pie ice cream. Folks, I love Boston cream pie. I've done a review for Boston cream Eggos, or not Eggos, Pop-Tarts. Go watch that video. I also recently just did a review. I did a comparison video for gas station Boston cream pies from 7-Eleven and Casey's to see which one was my personal favorite. I love Boston cream stuff. It's just, it's a wonderful flavor combination. I've loved them ever since I was a kid. I still remember being a kid when, you know, family members would go over there and get out like a dozen donuts from Dunkin' Donuts or something. I would always go for the Long Johns, especially the vanilla ones, actually. And, yeah, there you go with that sentence. But then one day, you know, I saw there was, you know, this one chocolate kind of puffy looking one. I'm like, it's that one. Like, oh, that's a Boston cream donut. It's filled with cream. And I tried it, and instantly I was like, whenever you get, I know I'm only like 5 years old, but whenever you get Dunkin' Donuts, if you're getting stuff for the whole family, get me one of those. Because fuck you, Long Johns. Your long ass. But yes, so this is, it's ice cream. I've been wanting to try this for a while because I actually follow the person behind the company. Her name is Jeni Breitenbauer, I believe is how I'm going to pronounce that. She did a video on YouTube a while back where they went over there and they had an ice cream expert come in and basically, you know, range like premium versus cheap different types of ice cream. And she gave her input. And I thought she was absolutely adorable. I thought that, you know, she was obviously had a wealth of knowledge doing what she was doing. And I took note of that. And then when I found out that she actually did her own ice cream, I was like, that's so cool. But I thought it was just available in her shop. But they do actually sell it, albeit, and I'll go into this, it does cost a little bit more. I got this from Whole Foods. It's the only place I've ever seen it. So when I saw it, I immediately had to grab some. Now, I didn't grab the wackiest flavor because they did have some really interesting ones. But I figured I'd start strong, what I'm hoping, Boston cream pie. a salted vanilla custard layer with yellow cake pieces and darkest chocolate fudge. That just sounds amazing. Grass grazed milk. I've always loved Boston cream pie. Good people, Jenny. Good people. I love it for its deep roots in American history, first made in the 1850s in the Boston era when the words cake and pie were interchangeable, which is probably why we have cheese pie. It's a pie, folks. It's a pie. It's a pie. It's not a cake. Cake folks had to go over there and steal one so they could go over there and get in something because cake is not as good as pie. Sorry, it's just not. And because no other dessert combines chocolate and custard together in such a satisfying way. I would agree. Our vanilla custard is truly amazing, made with a light and bright, single-note vanilla that complements the rich egg custard, yellow cake crumbles, and bittersweet fudge tie the whole thing together. That sounds wonderful. If it tastes even half as good as they've written it up to be, it will be some damn fine ice cream. But yeah, like I said though, it does cost a little bit more. Comparatively, for a pint, I think it was like $8 or $9. Whereas right next to it was Ben & Jerry's, and that I think was like $5 or $6. So like you're paying about like $3 more. No, I'm not, you know. And mind you, I like Ben & Jerry's. I'm a big fan. Fish food? Oh my god, fish food. Fish food is the most tolerable thing about the band Fish. Sorry to any fish heads out there. Is that what you guys call yourselves? I don't know. I'm thinking of deadheads. But hopefully it'll be worth the premium price. So I hope it will. I think it will. Ice cream's made in a fellowship of the world's best growers, producers, makers, and suppliers. Jeni's makes it better. Let's see if that holds true. I really hope so, because like I said, she seems like a super cool person. I actually follow her on Instagram and everything. You know, and I don't actually follow most people on Instagram. I just have a fucking Instagram account because friends and family, and there's a few artists I follow that don't do Facebook and stuff, so you can see it. Right off the bat, I'm hopeful. It is a little bit melty because I yammered and such, but it's so... I'm hopeful, folks, because I like the fact that I can see, you know, the chocolate involved. Also, I might need to go over there and turn up the... Yeah, I probably need to go over there and turn up the temperature on my freezer. Because the temperature control is, like, on the top of the inside of my fridge. And sometimes I go over there and accidentally knock it to, like, 3. And it needs to be more than 3. This is so good. It's really good. Like, it's going to sound a bit, you know, food bloggy, presumptuous, foodie person. It has a lot of depth to it. Like, it's... Because, I mean, it's the flavors that you're expecting from it, right? But, like, the chocolate is a really rich chocolate. The... You know, the vanilla aspect of it with, like, the kind of custardy aspect. Like, everything is coming through. And despite all of it being very strong flavors, every aspect of it is still on display and very prominent and working together. And I love how the richness of the custard flavor and the chocolate flavor blend together. Like, it's... And then you've got the cake pieces mixed in. And they're the perfect texture. They add in, like, just these little nuggets of extra sort of almost buttery kind of flavor to it. And they're not, like, overly hard or anything like that, though, again. It's a little bit mushier, you know, so that maybe that ties into that to some extent. But if it is... Like, because they, as you eat them, you don't have to chew them. They, like, just melt, you know. And I like the distribution. Every spoonful that I'm getting some chocolate, some of the, you know, vanilla custard, And then also some of the cake pieces, because sometimes when they do like flavors like this and stuff, it just, you're not getting everything with every bite. And so far, that has definitely not been the case here. This is really good. And it is, for me, evocative of a Boston cream. Well, I don't eat Boston cream actual pie very often, every now and again, but I'm more familiar with the donut variety, and like it has that combination. It tastes like that, and it's very clear that they went out of their way to try to recreate that, and I think they did a really good job of it. It's not a one-to-one, you know, obviously the pie version is the pie version, but it's so good. Like, yeah, I had to pay a little bit more for it, and I don't typically buy pints of ice cream all that often, unless I'm doing a review, which, by the way, I've done, what was it, like Van Leeuwen stuff. I did the hot honey ice cream and the Grey Poupon ice cream. Go watch those videos. I've also done some Haagen-Dazs stuff and everything. Like I said, when you're trying to go over there and make these premium flavors where they're trying to be very evocative of an established flavor, like I did Haagen-Dazs for they did the iconic New York black and white cookie, and go watch that review if you're interested. But while I did enjoy the ice cream overall, I didn't feel that it was particularly reminiscent of its namesake. With this, it's clear that they put more time and more effort into it, and it really does showcase itself really well. It does, like I said, it does cost a bit more, so it's not something that I would go back to regularly, even by ice cream pint standards of mine. But here's the thing. For one thing, I'm very, very happy that Jeni's work has lived up, if not exceeded, my expectations. Because like I said, I was going into this, you know, very hopeful. But even beyond that, this is something where if I really do want a pint of ice cream, aside from the fact that, like I said, there's lots of interesting flavors that I'd love to do reviews for, this is something where I could go over there and see myself saying, okay, I want a pint of ice cream, you know, because I want to go over there and want to, you know, just treat myself a little bit. I'm an adult. I can do what I want. Even if I'm wearing a cool crab shirt, especially if I'm wearing a cool crab shirt. But if I'm over there and I want to treat myself, instead of maybe going over there and getting Ben & Jerry's, if I happen to be in the Whole Foods area where I live, I might go over there and pick this up as an aside. Now, that's not to say that I think it's like vastly better than, you know, what Ben & Jerry's is coming up with. I still think they have a really good product. But I will say this does have a premium taste to it. And it's clear that, like I said, there was a lot of effort put into this. And it's really delicious. I can't say enough good things about it. Like, you know, it's going to come off like I'm simping for the ice cream here. But as good as I was hoping as it would be, it did an even better job. And that's not something that often happens with these reviews. Usually I'm either pretty spot on or, you know, this is really good. So, anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. Like I said, maybe in the future I'll do some other flavors that she has available, and I'll have them in my freezer at a more reasonable temperature. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of months, stupendous rest of your year, and folks, you go over there and have yourselves a truly Boston cream-tastic rest of your life, because, folks, Boston cream, whether it's in pie format, sticky hand format, you know, donut format, ice cream format, what have you, it's wonderful. And, you'd be hard-pressed to do much better having a flavor-tastic rest of your life. But anyway, final two things, folks. Whatever, you fell on the ground. Final two things, folks. Number one, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But you can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole, okay? Even in a world where delicious Boston cream pie ice cream, and I actually did have some Boston cream pie ice cream from someplace else. I can't think of where. Maybe I'll do a comparison video if I can remember where the hell I got that from. But even in a world where we have multiple Boston cream pie ice cream options, and some of them are especially delicious, we also live in a world full of stress and all kinds of, negativity and things. It can be really hard to not be an asshole sometimes. That's why I put try at the start of it, because ultimately it's the effort that we put into it. And hopefully the effort we put into it not only makes things a little bit better for everybody else, it helps us mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, which hopefully makes everybody else's life around us a little bit better. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there, and maybe like me, you're going to go over there and make at the time I'm doing this, 16-plus minute video about some Boston cream ice cream. You could do that. Or you could go over there and, make one that's more succinct and less rambling. But why would you do that? But no, maybe you go over there. Maybe you go over there, you try out some delicious Boston cream pie ice cream, as I have done so here. And maybe it inspires you, folks. Maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to learn how to go over there and make your own Boston cream pies. And, maybe you're not at Boston. Maybe you're someplace else. I don't know if there's like a Parmesan rule kind of thing where you can only say it's Boston cream pie if it's made in Boston. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's not. Probably not. But you go over there, you get it set up, and, you start your own bakery, and, you end up becoming famous. Maybe Jeni Breitenbauer herself hears about it, goes over there, talks to you, maybe collaborate. Okay? And maybe that occurs, and then, hey, you go over there, maybe give your cool crab guy friend Brandon a little bit of a shout-out, because he's such a fan of her work and everything like that. Just a little quick nod. That's all I'm saying. Or conversely, you could go over there and do something else entirely. What's the thing that you could do, folks? What's the thing that you could do? Oh, you know what? Maybe go over there and write some poetry, right? Because poetry is a thing. I can't write poetry. I could when I was younger. That's a weird thing. When I was younger, I could write some poetry. It wasn't great, but I could do it. Now that I'm older, I don't know. The words don't flow in my head the same way. I think I've just become too concrete in certain aspects of my thinking to be metaphorical like that. But anyway, this is a really long video. Bye.